Students audition for a place in show choir each year. The members choose the music and create the choreography for each number. The students meet twice a week at recess to rehearsal. In addition to tonight's performance, we will be performing at the Flanders ShopRite as part of the annual ShopRite holiday performances and in the Mountain View holiday concert. We most recently performed at Carnegie Hall in Tim Janis's An American Christmas Carol with James Hinman and Sir James and Lady Galloway. We hope you enjoy tonight's show.
Was written when rock and roll was coming on strong and casting its new exciting rhythms over everything. Joe Beal, a New England public relations man, collaborated with Jim Booth, a Texas writer in the advertising business, to create this unique melody which became a best-selling hit for singer Bobby Helms. Over the years, a large number of singers have recorded their own versions of the holiday hit.
With just about anything our imaginations can come up with. The old traditions suggest by one song are English, but the familiar words were composed in American. During the 19th century, it was a time when American was fascinated with English customs, with Charles Dickens's story of Christmas Carol was at the height of its first popularity.
Now
1951 by the famous singer Gene Autry. The song proved to be a $1 million seller and pushed Frosty the Snowman into the roster of famous characters at Christmas. The song inspired the original Frosty the Snowman movie and its sequels, which are now part of our holiday traditional shows. Religious holidays were practically one of the only holidays, so the lords and peasants tried to extend the happy times for as long as possible. Christmas became not one day of celebration, but 12, extending from Christmas to Epiphany. When the wise men arrived in Bethlehem, in the castle of the wealthy, it was not understood for a gift to be given on each of the 12 days. The song dates back to the 6th century when such songs were in fashion.
When I used to working on a hollow stage.
On
was written by the famous songwriter Johnny Mark. It was written in 1958 when rock and roll was gaining popularity. It rose to the top of the charts with a recording by singer Brenda Lee. The song combines the traditions of Christmas with the new rock style. The song describes a scene at a Christmas hop where the dancing is being done in the new old-fashioned way.
Christmas was another Christmas favorite written by Johnny Marks. The song was produced by singer Bill Lives in 1964 in the CBS Christmas Children's Special. Rudolph the Reindeer, Al's record of Holly Jolly Christmas sold over 2 million copies and continues to be one of the world's favorite Christmas carols.
Christmas. Worcester. More than 140 million recordings by 500 different performers and 7 million copies of sheet music, not to mention toys, clothing, watches, all bearing in the imagination of a shiny-nosed reindeer. The cause of all of it. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Johnny Marks, the most successful songs of all time. He was a singer and actor. Jen Autry introduced Rudolph at Madison Square Garden in New York City in 1949. His recordings sold over 12 million copies, second only to Bing Crosby's version of White Christmas. Rudolph has inspired several television specials and is still a popular favorite every Christmas.
synonymous with Christmas, James Peterport wrote in 1857 for Thanksgiving program at a large Boston church where he taught Sunday school. He titled it The One-Horse Open Sun. He made the rhythm and words catchy so his 40 little Sunday schoolers could learn it quickly. A friend of the composer liked it so much that he renamed it Merry Little Jingle. The first performance was so popular that he was asked to repeat it at a Christmas, and the sleigh took on the identity to Santa's sleigh, and Jingle Bells became a Christmas song forever.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. All of the
1957, a popular movie. But before that show became a success, Wilson wrote a closing signature tune, May the Lord Bless You and Keep You. A popular radio show before Toulon Bankhead in 1951, he wrote It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, which quickly became the hit of the season and continues to be a holiday favorite.
Let It Snow. Sammy Can and Jewel Stein were composing teen successes. In 1944, the pair composed 3 number one hits. The following year, they produced the wintertime classic, Let It Snow. The song turned into an immediate hit by recording artist Van Moore. Let It Snow offers a choice between the bitter weather outside and a crackling warm fire inside. Any difficulty making your choice?
has the charm of a winter scene in which a horse-drawn sleigh moves happily over the snow and the sound of sleigh bells can be heard. It has become a Christmas-time classic, although Anderson claims he composed it in the middle of 1948 August heatwave. Mitchell Parish had added lyrics 2 years later. The song was first performed by the Boston Pops and was so well liked by the audience that the orchestra had to play it again.
Most of you are just the parents of these guys. We had an incredible experience last Thursday. And some of us are still recovering. Sleeping for 24 hours, that was nasty. Other than that, I have to tell you, these guys were awesome. From the time they got to the building on Thursday, to riding the bus in, to the time we finally pulled in at 2 a.m. Thank you, first of all, for trusting us with them. I have to give credit to Mr. Schwartz and Mr. Booley. They kept them entertained all afternoon. I don't know what I would have done without them, so thank those guys. They're just really big kids. And we sent them out into the city 3 times, all by themselves, the 2 of them, and they came back every time. With chocolate and Starbucks. Where did you get? They didn't get any. They got pizza. And waters. They got pizza and water. That's what they got. But I have to tell you, your kids were true professionals that day. They walked into a situation that they had no clue. I had no total idea what was going on because it was such a big production. Maybe you all saw it. But they came in when we met with the composer, and Tim was like, well, I want you to do this. And we're like, okay, change of plans. So we ended up not dancing Jingle Bells and doing the dance that you guys all saw. So that was kind of choreographed on the fly right there. And the pinwheel thing, they got really great. The chaperones, not so much. There's a video of that, which I'll someday put up on YouTube and send to you. It was really bad. Mr. Woolley's going to kill me if I ever show it to anybody. When Sir James Galway and Lady Jean Galway came in next door, I was telling them it's like meeting the biggest star I've ever seen. I've grown up watching them, and they're one of the biggest fans. And they came over, and these guys so respectful and polite to those professionals, asking polite questions, coming around. She talked about the dress. How many of you got to touch the dress? Oh yeah, the girls all want to go to London and get gowned for 10 grand or something like that. No, you don't in college, right? Yeah, I know girls, right? But not a Andrew, you might look nice in it. So we've been together really too long this year. But they were really good, and it was so cute when I finally said to them, okay, that's it, no talking. They all laid down, and they went to sleep. And I took pictures. I'll send them to you eventually. Then they got up, they got dressed, they handled all their costuming very well. They went down, they were getting high-fived by the other performers that we went on with. And I am just so incredibly proud of your kids and how grown up and professional they've been. So they made the day really enjoyable for me and for the other teachers. So you need to give them a round of applause. Them and see them for such a long time, and I understand. But when my kid was this age, I sent her off to Cape May for 3 hours with a Girl Scout leader and said, have fun. She called me once and said, I'm busy, goodbye. So you were more worried about them than they were about you, but we had a great time, and thanks to Mrs. Callie for getting us out of the city from that excitement. That was really interesting. I have seen parts of New York City I have never seen before. I never want to again. We had a great time, and we're glad that you guys could all come out and see it, and thanks for the unofficial video. I can't condone that, but thank you. I have to legally say that. Other than that, I think I'll be quiet. Oh, one thing. They can't eat until they put their clothes away, and mommies and daddies, nobody helps. They can do it all themselves. They did it at Carnegie, they can do it here, and then they're free to go read the food in the back. Okay? All right. Molly, are you ready? It's about time.
Very old England. The music and singing was a large part of life. Rich merchants hired musicians to accompany them. Peddlers sang songs to sell their wares, and choruses were hired by the towns to greet and entertain visiting dignitaries. Sing out the hours of the day and night, sing at weddings and other special events. At Christmas time, the choruses were hired to tell the story of nativity through song. In return, they might receive coins or a bit of food or drink.
We'll be performing Monday night. Have them at the middle school at 6:15 so I can warm them up and they can get dressed and that kind of thing. And we can get a little practice on the risers. ShopRite is Tuesday at 10:30, so if you've got to do some shopping, come on up there and see us there. Hopefully you'll be there. And we'll be dressed like this again, right? And then Friday next week is our in-school performance, which we'll be dressed up again. And that's just for the kids. Sorry, you can't come. I'd also like to say a special thanks to everybody who brought the baked goods. We are ready to devour them up here. And Mr. and Mrs. Flanders Methodist Church for hosting us here. It's a great little venue.